So I'm going to be breaking down for you guys exactly how I was able to scale my client Jaden from 5K per month all the way up to $52,000 in a single month for his high ticket coaching business. As you guys can see, here's me and Jaden back in February at Funnel Hacking Live. Over here, you guys can see here's a picture of the actual school group. Happy Thursday, Jaden. Jaden had 72 members, $6,500. We started back where he had 5,000. We were kind of trying to grow that a little bit, but we just kind of decided, hey, let's go on the high ticket path. And guess what happened? We had a $15,000 day. If we wanted to hit $15,000 in a single day, even just in general with that school community, I don't even know how many members we would have needed. But number two, we would have to do it for 2.5 months just to collect that much amount of money. And how many clients we had to deal with would have been insane versus this was only 2 clients that we brought in for this. And it was actually quite simple what we did for Jaden. As you guys see, we did 3 things. We rebuilt his offer from a $97 per month community, which was stuck around 5K per month, into a high ticket coaching program, which we charge anywhere from 5 to 10K plus to even join in. We refocused his messaging. Jaden was talking very broad to a lot of business owners. Anybody's a business owner nowadays, right? So he was speaking too broad. He was getting a lot of views, but it wasn't actually converting into buyers. Then lastly, we installed the social authority funnel, which we added long form content, story sequences, and actual authority carousels, creating a system that generated qualified leads and $50,000 plus months, all with organic. We'd even run ads for this guy. I mean, if we ran ads beforehand for him, it probably would have been over 100,000 we would have done. And funny enough, here's the social authority funnel. I'll be actually breaking this down more in depth for you guys going forward. It's a system that all my clients use and exactly what we help Jaden use and install into his coaching business. And the thing is, right, you need to use some sort of the social authority funnel, at least nowadays when you are trying to scale some kind of coaching or info product, because we're in a day and age where people don't want to just buy from gurus anymore. And it's becoming harder and harder. It's like a trust recession. Everybody keeps saying that online. So instead of you going ahead and just paying for ads and throwing someone into a landing page, you use your social media as the landing page, your Instagram, your YouTube, your stories, all of those things become a part of the landing page of your personal brand. And that is the best way to actually sell a coaching program in 2025 is through a personal brand. It's not going to be through some kind of piece of content, not going to be some kind of ad. It's going to be the messaging and the personal brand that you have connecting to actually do it. As you guys take a look, we had $84,000 on WAP, used $166,000 on Stripe that we did. Even here, we have an interview of me and Jaden where how he's actually explaining how I took him from 5K all the way to 52K per month.
That was generating me just under $5,000 a month. My business total was making just under $10,000 a month, kind of maxing out at around $15,000 a month. And just last month, we were able to transform my entire business and allow it to generate over $52,000 cash collected. All thanks to working and continuously building and trial and error with this guy.
So you guys could go ahead. It's on my YouTube channel. It's one of the first videos, or this document is going to be linked down below where you guys could have access to everything I break down for you guys yourself. Use it for your own coaching business, etc., whatever you want to do. But going even over, this is the same strategy that we've replicated for all my other clients. Over here, we have Ralphie, who went from 2K to 25K in 30 days. We had Jared, who did a $10,000 launch with less than 400 followers. One of our clients where we actually did $45,000 collected with 6K in ad spend. Tay, who was doing 7K per month in the first 7 days working with us, was able to collect $12,000. Drew Flips, where in the first 2 weeks of his launch, did $22,000. Or even Lucas with his offer, where we've collected over $600,000. He was able to buy his dream Lambo and buy himself a C8 Corvette. So, I mean, generally, even Phoenix over here, where before the actual launch of his offer, he has 3,000 followers. We were able to go ahead and bring in 9 new high ticket customers into his coaching program. So everything I'm going to be showing you guys works genuinely if you apply it and put it into effect for your coaching business. So how do we get to a point where we went from selling a $97 to selling the same offer for $7,500 and even hitting $52,000 in a single month? And let me talk about a little bit where we were beforehand, give a bit more context. Jaden was selling a $97 per month low ticket community, which was doing about $5,000 to $6,000 per month. His audience size was 190,000 followers, wasn't monetized effectively, and he was targeting business owners way too broad, and basically anybody, especially nowadays, anybody who has even an Etsy account considers himself a business owner, anybody with an entrepreneurial spirit. And the thing was, what was missing is Jaden had no high ticket offer at all, no systems, and just a link in bio. Genuinely, no story sequences, no YouTube, no DM center, no sales process at all. And no sales calls were even being taken. Everything was a one-click join the school group button. He had a high churn rate inside the community, and it was hard to sustain. Like, I remember when we were first starting to work, there's people who joined the offer and literally 10 seconds later would like go ahead and just churn, and we know in 30 days they're gone. So it's like we can't actually grow and scale that business because we're not upselling people, etc. Afterwards, we were able to actually scale to 52K per month, and within the first 60 days, we actually took that same offer, which is $97. We started charging $7,000 for it, and even charged a package for $12,500 for the exact same thing, which is just more of a one-on-one focus. And Jaden's out at a point where he doesn't have to work with anybody who's making below 6 figures. He could work with anybody who he wants. His brand is attracting the ideal buyers he wants to work with, and now he's working with people he genuinely cares to work with and give them the results that he wants to give them. And I'll talk about a little bit what we were offering, how we changed the package up a little bit. Just for context, Jaden's a content coach, and he helped better position his clients, and he would help them build an internal content team. So the program breakdown was pretty much done for you content team. He would place an editor and a VA and train them within their offer, access to a step-by-step course going over how to record and all the messaging that they should be using within their content, a Telegram group for inner circle clients, 4 one-on-one calls, one every 2 weeks for 8 weeks, and then direct round-the-clock access, giving you a private line to reach out to him whenever you have questions, feedback, or you just need some kind of support, like getting a piece of one of your content reviewed. And you might think to yourself, like, how are we able to take that $97 and start charging $7,500 or even $13K for it? And the answer is pretty simple: telepathic messaging. If you're new to the channel, probably never heard of me talk about it, but telepathic messaging is the most important thing that you need to have whenever you're scaling any type of offer. And let me explain it actually for you guys. So telepathic messaging is, you have the guy on the left side. The guy on the left side is just walking about, walking his day normal as it is, right? Versus when you have telepathic messaging, your ads, your content, they speak directly to that person. So as you guys see in the second picture on the right side, the person, it's like he's being like grabbed, right? It's like someone calling your name, like, hey, you. It's like exactly that's how you want it to be. When Jaden was speaking to all business owners, it never felt like he was speaking directly to someone, because he could be talking to physical business owners, retail business owners, high ticket business owners, like all about. There's so many business owners out there, right? But when Jaden got specific with who he was targeting, which was high ticket business owners selling a high ticket service or coaching offer, then they were actually starting to listen to him, and we were able to attract those people who would be willing actually to buy that service. So with Jaden, he made that shift with telepathic messaging, and we zoomed in on online coaches and high ticket service providers. People actually are willing and capable to pay thousands of dollars for his offer, and he was speaking exactly what they wanted to hear. And from there, he kind of got rid of all those surface level topics, because in the content space, there's a lot of hooks, views, posts, algorithm references, and he reframed it all around the outcomes that they actually wanted, which is more cash collected, more clients, and content as the fuel to actually scale and grow their paid ads and their business themselves. It was simple, obvious, and undeniable, and we broke those things down in terms so simple and direct that I felt like Jaden was pulling thoughts right out of their head. That's what made him feel like he was the only logical option for them. That's what you want your clients to feel like, that you're the only logical option. Because listen, whatever niche that you're in, maybe you're selling B2B, maybe you're selling B2C, there's a lot of people who are in your niche, and they might be showing off a flashy lifestyle. They might be showing off, even giving some kind of value away. But even giving value away, you need to do it in a way where you like pulling their thoughts away. You're connecting it. You're making analogies that they feel like, wow, you actually understand me. And that's what we were able to do with Jaden. How did Jaden actually start speaking directly to these people with precision targeting? I'll explain it. Jaden was broad in the beginning. He was just talking to all business owners, and his messaging just floated over everyone's head. It was too broad, so nobody felt like they were actually speaking. Nobody felt like he was speaking directly to them, and that's why his audience engaged but didn't buy. So you guys see all the things that Jaden was doing wrong. But we flipped it and actually started talking to serious people who wanted to buy this offer. And what happened was Jaden was able to shift it, speak directly to the messaging that they wanted to hear. We started getting consistent more buyers coming in because of it. Because there's a way that you can consistently get clients from the content you post. Generic messaging, what a lot of you guys are probably doing, it's not working. You're just focused on things that might get views, but it's not getting people who want to buy. Versus telepathic messaging, it speaks directly to high ticket buyers in their own language, frames the content around results, clients, cash collected, business growth, which was for his offer, and instills the beliefs step by step. You want to have top of funnel, middle funnel, and bottom of funnel, and cuts through all the noise, positions you as the only authority. Something that you guys could take out of this is when you guys are creating this kind of content, you want to break down your audience into 3 sections. You don't have one ICP, which is an ideal customer profile. You have 3. You have someone who's in the top of the funnel, someone who's getting maybe started in the niche or getting to know a little bit more about you and your brand. You need to actually be entertaining and very surface level with your information and help them stack some small wins within your content. This is going to be about 50% of the content that you make. It's going to be in a way to attract people, yes, but we don't want to just make top of funnel content. That's where a lot of people go wrong. That's where Jaden was. He was only making top of funnel content. Then you want to start making middle funnel content down here. This is for people who just need more nurturing with you. They already have touch points with you. So we got to be a bit more tactical. And from there, you want to make this about 25 to 30% of the content that you make. And then lastly, you want bottom of funnel. This person generally just needs a why. Like they're already slowly becoming ready to buy from you. So when you make content, which is like directly around client results and such, these people are going to want to buy from you. But you don't want to make too much bottom of funnel because you lose all your lead flow. But at the exact same time, you need top of funnel. So you need to do all three of them. So someone's ever like, hey, you only got to make bottom of funnel pieces of content. Generally, they don't know what they're talking about. You want to have a healthy mix of all three. And with Jaden's, I actually explained to you what that looked like. For Jaden, 50% of the content was positioned to attract as many people and pull them into our ecosystem. That is what we do. We're not pulling them to our Instagram page. We're not pulling them to our YouTube. We're pulling them to our brand ecosystem, which is the social authority funnel, which is essentially funneling people down to watch your YouTube, watch your stories, even get retargeted by ads. So now people start learning more about what we offer them. But this content was entertaining, very broad hooks, and surface level insights, which was meant to actually just capture attention and build his audience. I'll show you guys an example, one of these videos right here.
Brainwashed to watching this video right now. And this is the tactic that all the top content creators and content marketers use. I call it retention by action. Ugh. See, you're still watching this video because you were trying to see if I was going to jump in the pool or not. Retention by action. Anyways, that's a good tactic to use. Peace out. Thank you later.
So as you guys see, 22,000 likes on this video. This video went insanely viral. But that brought in no customers. That brought in no buyers for us instead. But it did bring in a lot of lead flow to watch the rest of his content. That's the way you want to look at it. It's like this one piece. It's like an ad that's bringing in a lot of people to visit your profile, see the content that you make. Now, middle funnel content was opportunity selling. So now what we were doing is we were starting to nurture and start selling the opportunity, not just value. A lot of people just create value content. That's what they think middle funnel content is. Let me provide value. Let me teach them something. No, you don't want to teach. You want to show a better way. You want to show them the opportunity of what you could do. If you really want to teach people, teach on YouTube, not on Instagram. So now this content was beliefs, lessons, perspectives, taste of deeper info. It was kind of like you're getting a taste of it a little bit. And the goal is just to build trust, frame our offer as a natural solution, and show them the better picture. I'll show you an example, one of these too.
Bubble that most of us overlook daily can be the make or break for our business. And this is crazy. This little bubble I'm talking about is stories. See, some of us use stories. We post our dog, the tea that we had this morning, the book we're currently reading, and we miss the point. Because on the other hand, people like me are posting one story and getting 1,000 people to give me their email from. But it's not as obvious as...
So essentially that video was going over how stories can actually help you make more money, kind of explaining it. Jaden went a little bit more in depth around it, but now it shows someone, gives them the opportunity to see that like, wait, I can make a lot of money from stories if I position it the right way, which now they feel like Jaden provided them with some kind of win. And now comes bottom of funnel content. We want to shift them from an interested to I need this now. So the best content styles for this is teasing your processes, your systems, which Jaden did, and showing how what they're doing is wrong and differentiate you from everyone else. Because if you just want to teach people, ChatGPT could teach people. I could search anything up I want, but what is unique around yourself? Do you have specific frameworks, specific ways of showing that information? I'll show you what that looks like with Jaden.
Been a prolific speaker. I would always struggle putting my words together. I would always struggle putting my thoughts together in the way that the person I was speaking to could actually understand what I was saying. And yet I would watch these people make content, get on stages and speak as if they were just free. And I didn't understand how valuable of a skill it was until I started making content. Most of you have really good ideas. Most of you have really good principles and how-tos to share with your audience, but you don't know how to correctly communicate it. So here's what I would recommend. Every single video that you post on the internet needs to be formatted in either steps, list, or stories, flat out. If you make a list video, it should look like this. If you make a steps video, it should look like this. And if you make a stories-based video, it should look like this. You're welcome. And if you don't want to use any of that,
So Jaden, he didn't go in depth around each of those frameworks, but he was just kind of showing that like, hey, he has processes, he has systems, especially to the B2B audience that we were selling to, that is working well because they're like, oh wait, Jaden has this kind of stuff. Jaden has this like, around his sleeves that he could just pull it out and give it to me. And that's what's getting people interested. People want to buy when they're curious, right? That's the only reason people buy. They even opt into things because they're curious. So that's what we were trying to do with this kind of content. We can't overdo it though. We still need to bring in as many people because the content itself, remember, the content doesn't do the selling. Content brings in leads. It can subconsciously sell, but that's why we're using stories. We're using long form content, even carousels to sell people more. This is just to bring in as many leads as possible. So that's why 50% of it was actually broad content going forward. And this is exactly the same messaging, telepathic messaging, the same format that we use for all of our clients. Jared, he did $10,000 with less than 700 followers. At this point, he had less than 500 followers. You guys can see the text, barely 400. Phoenix, he did $10,000 in 48 hours with a soft launch, bringing in 9 people for his offer. Tay, he did 28,000 followers, first month leveraging this system, and he only has 760 followers generally. And then even Lucas, as you guys saw earlier, he has over $600,000, but he has over 400,000 followers, right? He's one of our long-term rev share clients. But now this though creates the perfect gateway to the social authority funnel. This is just the first piece of it, guys, because as you guys see up here, the social authority funnel, short form content, video ads, long form content, 80% of the lead flow you're going to bring in is going to be from short form content. And that was what I just showed you guys what you guys could do. Jaden, imagine for Jaden, all this people coming in now into his brand ecosystem. And now bottom of funnel content, middle of funnel content, carousels, all popping up in their feed page now. IG stories with a specific purpose. Because the thing is with our stories, we don't want to just make stories to make stories. We want to make stories to instill beliefs, show that we're an authority, give insights, and kind of make it like essentially like you have an onion and you're getting deeper, like you're peeling more layers of it. You're building more of a personal connection with them. And YouTube content, which you could use, you could bring people over from your IG stories. You could use carousels, you could use many chat automations, even from reels, and even your link in bio. You could be bringing people in to watch your longer form content, which that is just the organic play right there. If you guys wanted to use ads, then from there with the amount of people who are interacting with your account, you guys could run retargeting DM ads, retargeting video ads, retargeting story ads. And this is the exact same thing that we do for all of our clients. So if you're thinking to yourself like, wow, I actually want to learn more about the social authority funnel, see how they can help me, we set this all up for all of our clients, even mapping out the content specifically that they should be making, where you as a coach, you generally listen to what we tell you to do, you create the content, and we handle everything else, building out the funnels, building out the entire infrastructure, where you could just sit back like Jaden and create content and fulfill your coaching students. Because I generally believe that's what coaches should be doing. You guys shouldn't be business operators. You guys should be coaches. That's what the whole point of the business model is. So if you guys are interested in actually learning more about what it looks like to work with me and my team and for us to build this out, click that first description down below, that first link in the description. It's going to see if you are actually a good fit and if you generally do just want to create content. And then from there, there's a few case studies down below if you guys want to watch some of the other client case studies, learn more about what we do and how we help clients out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. The doc's going to be linked down below as well. Have a great day. Bye-bye.